Hey, what's up guys? So today we're going to be doing Blackwings in 2020 as a pure variant. Now there is technically a Blackwing variant if you want to go ahead and lock your opponent out of the extra deck, and you can actually pull off the Mist Valley Infinite Loops. But this one's more focused around the classic style of Blackwings, being able to swarm the board, and on top of that, Blackwings have gotten a few newer cards that make them much better. And on top of that, since of course the new Master Rule, being able to use some of their abilities to bring back an extra monster like a Synchro via their effects, it actually really helps out to not require that specific zone. Now we're going to go and see a Snatch to steal the other monster with the Blackwing Full Armor Master. So this build is going to be based off around a boss card, which is of course Full Armor Master, but also revolved around doing some one-shot OTK plays. So pretty much what it comes down to is Simoon, the Poison Wind, really allows you to have instant access to make a boss monster quite easily. And then on top of that, this variant is playing the Solidarity, which this was something that was actually popular a long time ago, back in the day. The reason why is because Black Whirlwind lets you go ahead and add a Blackwing monster with a less attack than what was normal summoned. So what that will allow you to do is basically get more targets out, which is actually quite great. And Black Whirlwind, you can get multiple effects of the card per turn, although this one was technically going to go ahead and send it to the graveyard during the end phase. But in this case, the guy's got Mystic Mine over here. He's playing some variant of Sky Strikers, so it'll be a while before something happens, but you will see lots of one-shot OTK plays versus a lot of different decks. And what's even cooler with this, we even got a duel where it is a 1 versus 3 carried by just the Blackwing player over here. Again, being able to make a boss monster is great. However, with the way that Yugioh has gotten, you need a little bit more plays than just making one boss monster, where this deck variant will actually be able to cycle through some cards and pull off some OTK plays, which you will see very soon here. But nonetheless, Mystic Mine doesn't have any more monsters on this side of the board, so it's even, and then so he's going to lose out on that. He's going to go ahead and pop his card. We also happen to have Swallow's Nest over here, so basically he's going to go ahead and take some damage here. Sky Strikers is usually not a deck where you'll see lots of OTK plays. They can get some amount of damage in by going and cycling through a few different cards, but he's going to go ahead and go cycle through the Shizuku and pass on this board over here, and he's got a few back row. But again, Solidarity, being able to search out basically whatever the boost is, you'll be able to go for your entire deck. So you can see the Blackwing can still swarm very hard, and then with the effect of Raikiri over here, being able to go ahead and target monsters, or you can target cards your opponent controls up to the number of other Blackwing monsters you control, and this is going to be fantastic, popping all the back row. He's going to go ahead and activate Ego Booster, so he's going to target that card and make it so he cannot use that effect, so that effect's going to be negated. He's going to go ahead and boost up that card, but that gets stopped. But bringing out another card with Swallow's Nest to make this card get even stronger, so he's going to go ahead and drop a Clue on him, and he's going to take 16,000 points of damage. If you were to do a tag duel, you'd be able to win simply because of that, even without the Solidarity, which was quite a cool little duel over here. Next one up I want to show you guys is versus Reptiles, the new Reptiles. I have not even seen one person try this deck, and that's why I want to feature it, because that kind of is able to go off here. But I, again, just wanted to see someone make this deck, because they released like 2 or 3 like crocodile cards, or it's kind of reptile support at the end of the day, but it just didn't really get to see too much play. So he's going to go ahead and take some massive amounts of damage. This card is unaffected by stuff, but he's going to go ahead and be able to get 3k to the face. This card cannot be destroyed by battle, so it will be able to survive. He's going to go ahead and give him a Kaiju, so he gets rid of the boss monster, summoning his Lamia over here, and then activating the Spawn, which is going to go ahead and grant him those tokens, and he's going to go right into the Echidna over here, summoning the Dark Alligator. This is a new card, so when you summon this card, you get to bring out monsters equal to the numbers of cards that was used for its tribute summon, which is quite great. But they also have 2,000 set, so you can see, I guess the goal of this deck is to try to go for OTK. It's obviously a little bit short of being able to do that. You would need just like another card, considering most of the reptiles, they're like 0. A lot of the cards that you run would be 0. So we're going to go ahead and see. This is a really insane thing. This is due to the new Master Rule, and I haven't covered, I think, Blackwings in a long time. But Obsidian Johawk has that effect where you target another Blackwing monster you control. Where is it? You can target a 5 or higher Blackwing monster in a graveyard, spell summon it, and then during either player's turn, when they activate a card that targets this card, or an opponent targets this card for an attack, you can target another Blackwing that would be an appropriate target. So basically it protects this card over here, where you're able to go ahead and bring back that level 5 or higher, which is basically allowing you to go for 4 Armor Master, not requiring the zones sometimes that you would kind of need to have for some of these combos to, again, go off. So he's going to go ahead and place all of those wedge counters, and now he's going to go ahead and snatch steal the Dark Alligator, and he's going to go ahead and beat him down with his own monster, which is always great to see. Then he's going to go ahead and lose out. So, again, I just want to show this one because it was finally one person that was running the newer Alligator archetype. But I think the Blackwing deck variant here is okay if we modify it a little bit more to make it more, I guess, competitive. Let's go ahead and see how the Blackwings are going to go ahead and face off against the gods, specifically the Obelisk Tormentor Slime variant deck. So we're going to go ahead and see. Let me go ahead and swap the board over here. I was just really excited to see the Alligator thing because no one played it. It's because it's not ready yet. But once again, we're going to go ahead and have that ability to go and absorb. He's going to go ahead and activate that effective slime. Remember, Bora does that piercing damage. He's going to go ahead and activate Anki-Karibo over here and have that card over here. He's going to activate Escalation of the Monarch, so it's going to tribute it. And he's able to get out all this Tormentor. I thought that was so cool, but not even a god is stronger than Bora the Spear, which would have actually made a game because obviously this card does piercing damage. He's going to go ahead and go right into the Egyptian God Slime and run over that card, but he's going to go ahead and get stopped by that Kalut. And the thing is that, like, this card is actually pretty dang strong. And then when you combo it with Kalut, that's a decent amount of stats. That's 3,400, which would be equivalent of most of the, like, boss monsters in Yu-Gi-Oh!, which I think is quite cool. Now, this one is up against the Code Talker variant. The guy doesn't really end up throwing, like, an insane board. But what will be pretty cool is seeing a 1 versus 3 with Blackwings in 2020. But he's going to go ahead and get that effect. And it's just the Signet Kodak is just such an insanely strong and powerful card. But he's got the Code Talker, and he's going to go ahead and get that card co-linked, and he's going to go right into the Shooting Code Talker. And I think this card is just way too OP. Again, it's like the gateway of the Code Talkers, whatever you want to call that as an archetype. He's going to go ahead and make Reminder and pass. But once again, Solidarity is... At the end of the day, I think that there are better options that would be more consistent, like Moon Mirror Shield, but this was something that did see some play. I'd probably recommend taking it out if you want to take the deck a little bit more seriously. It'll give you guys some suggestions when we get into the deck profile. So, burn for 800, an additional summon. And now he's going to go ahead and be able to search out for whatever you want. Chris is just another free special summon. And then double Solidarity activated. And then this card is going to go ahead and boost it up to have massive amounts of attack. And then again, just if your opponent leaves out one monster, and going into the next formats, once we see the Dragon of Red Eyes, you can instantly just go ahead and one-shot that Predaplant card. That's going to be actually very, very easy to do because it usually gets left out there. And now, guys, for the 1 versus 3 with Blackwings over here. So, our opponent is going to be going first. We got triple face downs. We don't know what the heck is there yet. Alert of Darkness activated. Going to go ahead and banish the Gale. And banishing is not bad at all because you get some synergy with this. So, he's going to go ahead and activate another Blackwing, searching out double cards, which is great for the archetype. And then he's going to go ahead and have the Oster, the South Wind, and again, proccing all these effects. This can make your opponent miss the timing on certain things, which is always great. I remember back in the day, Royal Oppression was kind of the card that Black Whirlwind got around with Blizzard, which was awesome. But he's going to go ahead and go for the Shade. He's going to be able to pop all those cards, and he's going to go ahead and stop that effect. But Gale, going to go ahead and half that card because he can. Why not do it? Now he's going to go ahead and be able to pop everything. So you can see he's able to go ahead and get rid of a lot of cards, even though this one over here is, I don't know what variant he's playing. He just opened up with too much of the back row. But still, we made a boss monster after popping that many cards is quite great. Take 1,000 points of damage, and we lose out in the Black World due to the effect. Rigeki is activated, but full Armor Master will be there to go ahead and protect him over here. So this is a relay duel. How this works, if you guys are unfamiliar with how the relay... Dude, he's doing Phantom Lord. CSGO Skin Knives, let's go. Anyways, jokes aside, we have the Bora the Spear over here, which has that piercing. He didn't even need to attack it, so he beat that one player. Next up, he's going to go ahead and face off against the next guy. I think it was maybe the Phantom Knight variant with, of course, Burning Abyss. So trying to like fuse two archetypes together. Within the newer stuff. But there's also like the Raid Raptors that are also coming out, and they're trying to fuse those as well. Anyways, he makes Loki the Lord of Acer, and we're once again going to go ahead and see how this plays out. So Gale going to go ahead and be able to half. Johak going to go ahead and summon back the Raikiri. Going to go ahead and pop all of the other cards. Glyphir is activated, so he's going to go ahead and add the ability to search out that Nordic monster. Sirocco is going to go ahead and get rid of this card over here, the Loki, but of course these cards will always be able to come back as they are the Acer monsters. Pretty much you have like one play to go ahead and make one of the boss monsters. Really easy with, of course, the newer Link monster that they got, but I think the deck has just gotten outclassed. So this is a Loki deck. He's gotten double Lokis out, and while that might not be that strong against some of the more meta decks, and when we're talking Blackwings here, we gotta be on like equal playing fields, I would say. But again, I think that the Blackwing deck can be a little bit better if we make some suggestions here. But once again, he's going to go ahead and have that wedge counter. He's going to snatch steal the Loki, taking his Loki over here, and then Black Whirlwind going to be able to search out whatever he needs to go for, and then we see him go right into Sirocco. So he's going to go ahead and boost up this card 7,000, and bam, one-shotting, you know, pretty much another play. All right, so I know that the Acer monster, not the most meta, but you know what is a little bit meta? Shadal invoked, and we're going to go ahead and see invocation activated. Going to go into basically the vanilla for 3k because he probably wants to go ahead and crash into it. He's going to go ahead and get rid of this because if he would have gotten an attack of this monster, maybe there was a clue, I don't know what he's afraid of, but he's going to activate invocation. He's going to go ahead and make the Winda, and go ahead and just pass it off to his opponent, even though at this point he's got the wedge counter. So you can see, if you leave this monster up on board, it's just going to be too powerful, and he's going to go ahead and be able to pop. Winda obviously has an effect where it can't be destroyed, and lost connection. What a coincidence. Dude, we just saw a 1v3 relay with Blackwings, and I think that that is quite impressive. While it isn't, again, tier 1, I think a lot of people do remember Blackwings, and they probably have a lot of these cards, so they might be interested in just trying something new, because it's been a while since we got any newer cards announced. But nonetheless, I have some suggestions if you guys want to take this deck a little bit more seriously, but I want to give you guys in its original form when Core sent it in, which is, shout outs to my homie Core, but hooking me up with the deck over here, because again, I haven't seen anyone really play Blackwings in quite some time. But I'll go ahead and mouse over the deck just in case any of you guys are going to be copying this in real life, but if you are going to go ahead and copy the deck profile, I'll have the YDK down below. A long time ago, a lot of times we would see Shura summon, attack over a monster, go ahead and get out Gale, go ahead and get out Vayu. This was like back in the day. I actually think Vayu might be okay at 1 as an option, just because you can go ahead and just use it as like a discard outlet for whatever case may be with Twin Twisters or whatever other card you decide to use as a discard outlet. And then you can also have more follow-up play with potentially using the synchros as materials to go for link stuff. Like I mentioned before, you can do the Mist Valley variant, and you can go ahead and use this Union Carrier. You guys probably have already seen that version. I want to keep this more of a pure variant, as negate everything is, you know, not the most fun thing to play against, nor to basically watch, but that is a variant you can play. But cards that I definitely can recommend for this deck, let me mess with the extra deck real quick, and then I want to go over cards that I do definitely suggest over here and what to actually remove if you guys want to take it a little bit more seriously. So Zephyros 100% should have been in the deck. I think that was a really great card that Blackwings have gotten, which was kind of one of the newer ones. Impermanence, Ash Blossom, you guys have probably already seen those. Those are fantastic cards as well that can easily be added into the deck. And because you have so much easy access to go ahead and search out cards with Whirlwind to go ahead and use with like hand traps, I think Avarice could be a pretty decent option. I mean, if we think of it this way, we go from like if we were to go Shura, add Kalut, drop the Kalut, or even go for you know, summoning Gale afterwards, and maybe half another monster, and then Synchro up. That's off of one card, which is like, let's say Shura over here, and Whirlwind, you're searching one card off of that, so that's 1, and then that's 2, and then that's 3, and then you go ahead and make whatever Synchro. You've already gone through 4 cards, so I think Avarice could be something that you can consider, as this is using the newer ban list here. But making some suggestions, I feel like Shura has really been outclassed for the most part of Yu-Gi-Oh! I think you need to be a little bit faster. Trying to enter the battle phase and obviously attacking can be a little bit more difficult. If you want to drop this card completely, I think it could be an option. Solidarity, again, is more so for an older way to play the game. I understand with the Transmodify, you're able to go ahead and go right into Sirocco to one-punch a little bit harder, but I think you need more consistency to be able to get out your plays, and you do have a lot of cards that will be able to special summon. I think some excellent suggestions could be a few copies of Ash Blossom, Impermanence can be great too, and Dark Ruler No More could be fantastic as well, because you can swarm the board quite fast. While your opponent will not be taking any damage, you're going to be able to go ahead and actually establish board control, and if you're able to get board control and then go ahead and follow up with a full Armor Master, you're going to be a-okay, and maybe you'll be even able to take your opponent's monsters, and they can't activate their effects because of Dark Ruler No More, and then therefore you can follow up the next turn. So these are some suggestions. This card actually like 100% has to be in here. There's not even, no question about it. This card can be interesting. We're able to go ahead and dodge one card if they were to, let's say, negate something. If it was a quick play, I really feel like this card should have been a quick play. Obviously, Swallow's Nest is able to go ahead and do that, although it has to be with the same level. I really wish this card was a quick play. and therefore I could recommend if it was a quick play. But you can go ahead and summon a card, get its effect, and then, you know, again, search another combo piece. I think it's okay at 1. Again, if it was a quick play, it'd be so much better. Again, Swallow's Nest basically almost does the same thing, because some of the cards are like once per turn, where like Bora, you can just keep us on, but this card over here is a once per turn. But nonetheless, that is Blackwings in 2020. Let me know, guys, what you thought of it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, drop a like on it. If you're new here, subscribe, turn on the bell so you don't miss out on other Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck profiles. If you guys want to make suggestions, let me know down below. And if you guys want to see me any replays like my homie Cole over here, feel free to go do so at azneyesreplays@gmail.com, or you can send it to me via the Discord, and you can also download the deck via Discord. Anyways, take it easy, guys, and I'll catch you in the next video, and I'm signing out. Peace.